I thought copying a successful person was the smartest decision I could make. It turned out it was the worst one. I didn't understand one thing back then: my enough point. I was not able to define it for myself for a long time, and because of that, I slowly started hating my job and my life. As far as I can remember, I was always surrounded by people that were older, smarter, and richer than me. At first, I thought it's a good thing. I believed I was in the right place, and I was right, because these people motivated me to grow. At work, I started asking for more money. I looked for harder tasks that I could handle. I became obsessed with one idea: earning more money, or at least the same as my friend. The problem was that I started copying his routine. He was working on 2 projects at the same time, effectively doubling his income. For him, it was normal. So what did I think was a good idea? Of course, going to my boss and asking for a second project as well. And that's how my journey started. I worked 6 days a week, 10 to 14 hours a day. There was no consistency. I burned out a couple of times. All of this just within 6 months. I remember my schedule back then. I woke up at 2, 3 p.m. I worked. Then at 6, 7 p.m. I went to the nearest coffee shop just to talk to somebody. Then meetings from 9 to 12, more work afterwards, maybe some gaming before 4 a.m. and then back to bed. That was my day of life, or you can call it day of dying. And at some point, I started realizing something terrifying. Firstly, I started losing the connection with reality. Because of my schedule, I was not able to spend any time with my family or friends. And secondly, I always loved software engineering, but I started hating what I was doing. That had never happened to me before. Only now, after 4 years, while reading this book, I found 2 small but extremely important ideas that I wish I had heard before back then, when I was trying to prove everyone that I could earn as much money as someone else. Doing something you love on a schedule you hate will make you miserable. That's exactly what happened to me. Doubling my income made me hate programming, the process I had loved for years. The first 2 months were great. New project, new people, more money, but every next day I started hating the moment I went to bed, because it meant the next day would start again. If you want to hear more about my burnout, depression during work, and how I dealt with it, please let me know in the comments below. I also noticed when my income grew, my expenses grew respectively. In the end, after finishing 2 projects, I took a vacation for a couple of months because, I deserved it. And here is the end of the story. After 6 months of working 2 jobs, I saved the same amount of money that I did in previous 6 months when I had only 1 job. Do not compare yourself to others, especially when it comes to money. This is incredibly hard, especially when you work together and you know each other's salaries. Everyone knows this idea. I'm not inventing something new from the book. Yet for some reason, we still do it. We compare ourselves to friends, classmates, and co-workers. But comparison makes no sense because we all come from different environments. Same country, same city, but different families, different values, and different life goals. For someone else, working on 2 projects might make perfect sense. They might handle burnout better, they might not care if they lose one of the projects. For them, the effort is lower. But for you, it could be the real struggle. When I chased others' goals and salaries, I completely forgot my own. Why did I start this journey in the first place? Only when I defined my enough point in money and in how much space work should take in my life, I finally felt free. No pressure, no constant feeling that I need more, no need to keep up with friends, colleagues, or relatives. In the end, don't work double shifts or take 2 projects just for more money. You will spend this money either on leisure or worse, on your health. Don't compare yourself to others financially. What's unacceptable for you may be normal for someone else, and vice versa. Define your enough point and move toward it slowly and consciously. Reject the idea that more is always better, because every time when you reach this more, you will see another more that you don't have yet. If you like this video, please hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and we see each other in the next videos. Ciao, ciao.